Myself a semi-professional speaker, given that technically I'm retired and so all my income comes from my speaking. And speaking is something I've been interested in, like that, for quite a while. And I was thinking back when I was looking to do this intro, the earliest experience I can remember is that I was asked to do a guided coach tour around the Ringstrasse in Vienna. So I'm international as well. Yeah. Also, I think in Wales, if I'm qualified. Yeah. Right. So, and it's because I was on a 28-day tour of Europe on Cosmos coaches. You blink and you miss a couple of countries. My grandmother decided it would be a good idea to take me on the grand tour of Europe. I got talking to the guy who you have with you all the time, and he says, "You'd be good at this." He says, "Why don't you come and have a go?" He says, "If everybody on the coach is happy for you to do it, you can do the guided tour this evening, go around the Ringstrasse." To cut a long story short, I did. Everybody enjoyed it, and I even got some tips at the end of it. I was 14 years old at the time. He says, "Have you ever thought of a job at Cosmos?" And yeah, but there's a small slight difficulty. You have to speak two other languages, and languages are not my strong point. So that career aspiration there. I also remember getting my first job, and I was sent to Birmingham on a training week, and at the end of the week, everyone had to stand up and do a presentation. And there was a mixed bag of presentations, because 90% of the people didn't want to do a presentation. And we had a 20-minute time limit to do this presentation, and 50 minutes later, I'm still going, because nobody bothered to stop me. I hadn't grasped the concept of you've got to speak within a certain time, and nobody else wanted to speak. And they all kept saying, "Carry on, carry on, carry on." It was the grand subject of unidentified flying objects, because it was at the height of all the hoaxes and things that were going on. So speaking has sort of become ingrained in what I do. I even have the honour of doing 2 speeches at my daughter's wedding, both the father of the bride and the best man speech, because he decided he could not stand up and speak, so he left. So as you can see, my background has always been to do with speaking, but at the moment I specialise in the WI U3A circuit, doing informative speaking, and I have a background as a heritage conservation lecturer, museum curator, and a medieval window glass specialist. So you can gather what most of my talks are about. Strangely enough, my most popular talk at the moment for the next 2 months, and for the 2 months next year, and 2 months the year after, they're booked already, is things that go bump and tales of a reluctant ghost hunter. I don't go ghost hunting, but it seems to be a popular talk. That's amongst WIs and U3As, believe it or not. So it just goes to show any subject, if you can deliver it professionally, I do it informatively, entertaining, and make sure they have a really enjoyable time. And as I've done this evening, I always add stories into it. All the way whilst I was lecturing through university, I encourage students to develop presentations, and quite often banned PowerPoint, which got some really creative presentations out there. And I've told these guys stories about certain students trying all sorts of wires to get out of presentations, and I wouldn't let them do it. But at the university, I had a day job and a lecturing job, and they allowed me to do both at the same time. So I did what's called classroom technical services. I'm a certified technical specialist when it comes to presentation equipment. So I have an understanding across the whole range set up, and I'm quite often, like next weekend for 3 days, I'm acting as technical specialist for an arts festival, as well as presentation, isn't it? So that's sort of my background. Where I am at the moment, because of working with the students, and I was a student union trainer of trainers as well, I like to run workshops. I've also got a number